going like this.
Yeah.
Yo, we're back. What's up? We were talking about poetry and music.
Right.
So the idea is, Shemaur has a bunch of stuff, and so the idea and the concept is to make like a poetry album. So I want to hear your ideas. I want to hear where you want to go. What are the new things you're talking about? Because also you were saying like you're starting to storytell a little more in your stories.
Right.
And so I want to get into that. That's the idea. That's the whole purpose of this session. And so kind of we can blend the two worlds of music and that. So that's what we were talking about just before. But, did I cut off the music? Yes, good. And you brought me some pastries.
Yeah.
What did you get?
Shit, I just got some stuff, bro, that I thought you'd like. But there's a croissant in there. There's like a real savory, like it's like onions and stuff like that.
Oh shit!
And you got like two sweet ones.
Fuck, dude. Putain, no, I don't want to break. Oh fuck it, it's gone. Hey, allez. Fuck, I haven't eaten today too, bro. Oh, celui-là, that one looks insane.
Yeah.
They all look fucking insane. Shit.
Yeah, it's from this place called Epia, which is this French Japanese bakery in Makiki.
Shit, in Makiki. And you were just talking to me about. We gotta you gotta show me the Makiki piece.
Yeah.
You're talking about.
It's not a it's not a poetic. It's not really poetic. It's more of like a journalism.
Journalism.
So I'll post it when I post it on my StarLight website, StarLight Literature. I'll send you the link so you can read it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Because you haven't put. When do you post often on there? So what's that concept?
So
StarLight Literature.
So StarLight Literature is basically a literary arts portfolio that encompasses journalism, short story, proses, and poetry. And basically the concept of it was stories either about the stars, written under stars, or told about the stars. So every piece on there was either written under the stars or has some sort of celestial body concept in it. Okay. Like it's really like a really nighttime vibe. Shit. Kind of literary arts portfolio. Yeah. I want to so I told a couple of writers that when I get to at least 100 reads a month, and last month I did about 88 or about 92 or 90. Damn. But when I get to 100, I'm gonna have on other writers to contribute to the literary arts portfolio, so I can have reach in other places. And the people that I was talking to, one remember Olivia, the girl that you met? Yeah. So she's a writer. She taught English at secondary as a secondary language at some schools in Kamuki and whatnot. But she's in India right now, and I told her, I was like, oh, if you're writing anything while you're there, I would love to put it on StarLight Literature, because she's been in India since like August. Oh shit. Yeah, so she's just living. Dang. I was like, that'd be a really interesting story to read, you know? Yeah. If you'd like to put it on StarLight Literature. She said, yeah, she's totally interested.
How long have you been doing that?
StarLight Literature? Mm-hmm. It was incepted 2021.
So during COVID or like
during COVID,
like lockdown?
Yeah. I took a break from it for almost a year because I was doing open mic. So I was like writing stuff for open mic instead of writing stuff for StarLight Literature. And now I'm kind of, or like a couple months ago, I was like, I need to go back to StarLight Literature. I need to start putting content on there. I need to start writing for that again. Mm-hmm. So I was able to write for StarLight Literature and also write for open mics and like more creative ciphers and stuff like that. For sure. Yeah.
Fuck, but did you start writing poetry or when did you start writing?
Or
was it like literature? Because I remember I would make like a fake magazine when I was like a kid. Yeah. And put like a bunch of shit in there.
I started writing stories when I was younger.
Fiction stories?
Fiction and nonfiction.
Shit.
Yeah,
Did you write a book?
And I have not, but what I hope to do with the poetry album is that I'm actually working on it right now, a poetry chapbook or an anthology. So it'll be like
that's a cool concept.
Have all my so it'll be open mic ciphers. So literally open mic ciphers. I was gonna call it the Lizard and the Moon.
Shit, that's cool.
That's what I was gonna name the anthology.
That's a good thing to work on. What's the idea behind that?
Basically, it'll just have all my open mic ciphers on there so you can read it. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to put a QR code on there that'll link to
a audio version of it, like a playlist,
like the album to it. So like you can read it and look at the pictures that are inside, and then you can follow along with whatever you're listening to, like the poetry album.
And what's the idea on the audio side of it?
I wanted it to be here.
So more like a spoken word flow through.
Yeah, like a spoken word, kind of rappy, kind of jazzy, kind of reggae.
Yeah. Do you want the music to kind of all blend in, like a movie in a kind of way?
Yeah, I wanted it to be so. There's this. We might get copyrighted. I'll show.
No,
maybe.
fuck it. But yeah, send it to me.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, we'll play it on my computer if it's on Spotify.
Do you have a YouTube?
Yeah, I've stopped. I get the ads now.
Oh,
it pisses me off so much. But I'm realizing that the fucking Google YouTube ads, because I was paying for YouTube for like years.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing, man, the ads are really good.
Yeah.
I signed up to a bunch of new shit because of the ads. Like the targeting is good.
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck this.
Let me put I made a playlist.
Yeah, if you can share me that list. I don't know if it's I think you can share private playlists too. Oh, nice.
I was thinking, like, you ever heard like how like people make like those lo-fi beats, like the kind of beats that you make?
Yeah, just the chill.
The chill beats.
Background music. Thing.
Yeah. Have you ever heard the ones that like have like voiceovers like in the beginning, like they'll be like
like snippets from movies and things like that. Yeah, that's cool. I like that a lot.
I was thinking, like, if you ever wanted to like do something like that, like I'm be more than open to like I don't know, I'll write a really short poem or some like a real titular line.
Think, like that's a cool idea. The poetry, or even like for StarLight.
Yeah.
For like an article, a really important article, or a piece of artistry there, and it could be like, you have a really cool like nighttime vibe under the stars kind of thing, which is insane. I love those concepts, and that's why I like that shit.
Yeah. So like this right here is this lady is a native Hawaiian storyteller, and she tells old Hawaiian stories, and I would like for a poetry album to not be like an audiobook, but be like a little bit more creative in a sense to where like it'd be like storytelling but in a real poetic way. And then when I say like and the winds blew, and then you hear like a wind blow, or you hear the thunder and you hear the thunder go, or you hear like the ocean and the ocean breeze, or the crinkling of a leaf or something like that. You know, we can get all that audio. I wanted it to be kind of like that.
That's very audiobook though.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I wanted to have like a
This was the period when
not like if this, but like a little bit more creative version of it, like a little bit more modern version of it.
Okay.
This is just like a what is the word I'm looking for? Like
this is kind of like a documentary.
She decided to settle in the fiery pit of Halima'uma'u.
It just sounds like a radio show.
Yeah.
You know, like a kind of like a storytelling movie, but audio.
In the guise of an old, emaciated, gray-haired woman, walking with the aid of a twisted coffee-wood stick,
that has a very
home to seek repose and
cliche kind of vibe to it. This is old too. When did this come out?
I think the one I have is from like the 50s.
10 years ago.
But like
50s, fuck
no
yeah.
matter how long she slept.
For that.
You can play something else. I just wanted to kind of show you like the kind of like the inspiration I had to write Hawaiian stories, but like to go a little bit more into storytelling.
Your parents from Hawaii?
Yeah. Or my mom is from Hawaii, and my dad he came here through the military. He's originally from the south side of Chicago.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, the dangerous part. But he joined the military after college, and he ended up getting stationed here. And then after he got out of the military, he just decided to stay. and both of my parents were working at IHS, which is right around the bend over here.
Yeah.
And that's where they met. They met working
Dang.
over there. Yeah.
Do you have any siblings?
No.
No?
Yeah.
Only child?
Yeah.
Let's go.
The handsome young prince of
I'm
Kauai.
not an only child. I don't know why I said let's go, but let's go. You know what I mean?
He was stoked, bro. I like that.
I have a twin sister.
Oh, that's dope. My dad has a twin sister.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Shit.
And he's a Capricorn too.
Fuck, this is the season, man.
Yeah.
But we're not super, super close, though. But we were always in the same class together. Your dad probably has stories, too.
Yeah.
We were always in the same school, same class, the same
Yeah.
group of friends. At home, we're the same thing, so it's always like same shit.
Yeah.
She's cool, though. She's really cool. But shit, because that kind of stuff is really cool. And what was the show me some of your pieces.
Oh yeah, cool. Okay, I'll read you a few. But this is one about an acid trip my Hanai, or which is like adopted brother,
Wow.
had together about 2 years ago.
What kind of acid did you take?
I want to say there was SpongeBob on it, on the little tab.
Okay.
But yeah, this is about an acid trip. Way back when in 2018.
Dang.
All right, so I read this at one of the open mics, but I think this is one of the ones we were here. There. Okay, so it all started on a summer's afternoon where the sun beamed down from the heavens and made us strong. Our skins absorbed the vital vitamin D that all melanated people need to feed what is called the dark matter consciousness. Indeed, the weeds overgrew the stars and the stairs leading to the trail. It wasn't until the stars came out till we realized that reality was to no avail. My Hanai brother Zachary and I decided to take 2 tabs of acid and hike the infamous Pololo Valley Trail as we hoped to only see the boar's tail and not their tusks, as my knife was deep in my bag playing itself in the rust. We parked on the side of the mountain. How erect the sides were, parallel to the sky as the sun fried and dyed our hairs with the sun bleached to steam. We were gonna get out of here looking for every surfer girl's dream. We gathered our things in hopes that we would come across a stream or a nice log where we could let off some steam. The trail was mostly overgrown with shrubs and fallen nubs of the trees that hold the key to whether or not oxygen we breathe will be as potent as connection between the bee's knees. Mostly tall, skinny trees, some fat, lumped ones. We needed to be out here before the moon comes. The sun rained down rays while the plant life stays and the trees swayed to the beat of the wind, blessing us on this hiking stint. All sort of green and brown surround us as we are now an hour or two in the hike. The trail really isn't here nor there, but as we follow what we thought was to be the trail, and we knew one thing, which was this, that we weren't going to bail. The canopy is laced with beams of light piercing through the protruding echoes of the once seeded trees that since resided in a Manu's belly. We stopped to observe the concoction of God, which displayed 2 trees wrapped around each other, one well off the ground as its roots were ripped out and of the forest floor and is left to dangle in the air, still holding to patches of dirt in its stubby, webbed phalange. The tree that had been ripped out has grown in another direction, not giving up or giving in to the maniacal forest botanicals. Zachary tells me that he recognizes these 2 trees due to the fact that he works in conserving forestry and is frequently exploring the mountains, cultivating Hawaiian ecosystems. He points out that one plant is native and the other is invasive. We see here 2 trees battling an extreme battle over eternal residency over the mountainside, that the invasive tree has ripped out roots of the native tree forever to toil in a lifelong endeavor over who would have supremacy over this land, to endeavor and then to grow. Like the weeds that crack the concrete, the strong will survive. I snap a few photos with my camera, give reverence, and we were on our way. We scale the mountain further as the trail gets more and more unrecognizable, as the mountain is sizable and our GPS is unreliable. There is no reception in the mountain. We reach a small clearing of high altitude and stop to look for mountain apples staring at the blue sky. We have to break the branches and snap fallen trees to get where we're going. It's going to take some strength indeed. We notice an alpaca, the hot the half flower blooming in the highness of the mountain. It is almost as if these plants were a fountain of life, and the story is eternal as we remember the love that was once shared and denied till burial. The naupaka plant in the mountain has a husband counterpart near the sea, and the legend goes that the princess of the mountain fell in love with a fisherman from the sea. When she went to the gods to ask about her estranged lover that frequents the Moana, that if she can marry him, the gods told her no, that she will never be with the fisherman for as long as she lives. Their love is permeated through these two flowers, one half growing at the sea, the other half growing in the mountain. Nowhere else on the Aina will you find these two flowers residing except at Mauka and Makai. When you bring these two flowers together, they form one full flower, as each of the naupaka flower alone is only half of itself, that it is only full when it's brought together in unity. Two star-crossed lovers to be forever separated by the will of the gods. It is said that her cries are the reason why the mountain rains, flooding the Aina with her tears. I explained to Zachary that you can use the naupaka as a soggy solution for foggy masks while diving, little relief from the heaviness. We give our respects and trot on even higher in altitude, in hopes that we find a main trail. We notice a perfect cut in the mountain on the back of Palola Valley where, I am told, the Paniolos used to get to the windward side. It's like a laser got to glide and created a perfect line on the mountainside, like whoever or whatever made this line and trail had skills that wouldn't pale in comparison to today's modern technology, geometry, hands, and the precision compository that we needed to avoid in this trail-making catastrophe. Soon as we were reunited with the main trail hikers call Olympus, one that is well trodden upon until the grass is all gone to expose the mud so many hikers and mountain bikers travel on. We saw one and only one other hiker on the trail. It was an old holiday lady that greeted us with a smile and a little giggle as she was going back and we were going forward. We reach a point to where we must use rope to excel further into the trail as we climb and claw our feet and beat our toes into the rock and mud like a stud. We had no issues regulating the climb because victory was to be mine. Zachary's too. We continued to talk story as we persisted on about life and prophesizing and spitting bars and just being all out godly on this mountain they call Olympus. We had almost forgotten that we had taken acid 3 hours before. We reached a flat clearing where we could hear the legendary band Ukularamak doing a sound check in Manoa Valley below us. We enjoyed the music and sat down on the platform to have some snacks from our backpacks. The wind howled and the sun started to dim and the clouds and little drizzles moved in and around us. We talked about how on a clear night this must be a cool place to camp. To observe the stars and the distant city lights would be a blessing. To top off the summer like some trees caressing the peaks they're familiar to as the Vai leaks right on cue with the crevices to grace the valley below with Vai preciousness. We decided to head back as the sun was going down and we weren't going to go back the way we came. It would have been too dangerous and we would have gotten lost on the descent. Wouldn't want to get caught in here in the rough as the sun dips past the horizon. We trod on our way back through the trail, passing the intersection between the trail that we was on before and the trail that we're on now. The sunshine is beautiful, and knowing Manoa, whenever she rains, I say, she cries often, but when she smiles, take note. Things are going well. We make it to another canopy, and we come across a bend, and Zachary stops dead in his tracks. I asked him, "What's wrong?" He says, "Shh, you hear that?" I hear nothing at first. Then I hear it, a baby crying in the distance. Wah! 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 Where we're at, there are no houses for at least a half a mile down the sides, and we didn't see anyone else on the trail for at least an hour. We were already on edge because we had no idea how to exit the mountain, just following the trail of the birds down to the grove. We listened to the birds chirp and respond back with some whistling, not seeing them in the trees, but we knew that they were there. We began to proceed with caution to keep the baby's cry in earshot, but to trod lightly to avoid the clots of twigs that leaves that scattered the forest floor. Were we tripping, literally, or what? So many questions. We begin to run as we didn't know if the cries were coming from behind us or in front. We reach the bottom of a peak and the sky is adorned with paintbrush strokes of scarlet, pink, and purple, and we still had no idea when the trail ends. The breeze is comforting as the breath gets heavier and heavier and our heart rates shoot up as we hear the baby crying again for a second time. Wah! 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 It could be a hiker with a baby strapped to them, but we heard it first about a mile back, and then ran 30 minutes to then hear it again manifest itself like a shark rising from the ocean itself. So there is no way that somebody ran faster than us with a baby strapped to them with no interruptions between cries. There's something sinister about hearing a baby's cry that's not yours. Zachary runs to the top of the peak to see if he can catch whoever or whatever was making the crying sound. I pull out my camera to capture the scarlet sky. He looks at me and makes the hand sign for no more. I thought he might catch something for sure. He throws me a shotgun and I put my camera away to go meet him. Nothing, he says. We talk about what could be. A fast hiker with a baby, a goat, a menehune. Menehunes are known for going in and out of dimensions, but why a baby crying? So many questions. It's almost dark and we get to a part of the forest where the trees line the walkway like those pillars you see at a mausoleum. The forest is still visible and a hue of blue and black outline the trail ahead. I start to think about the shape-shifting mo'o and the lizards and how they're tales of people going missing and the strange occurrences happening in the mountains. But not today. We were getting out of here. We started to sprint now, not bowing to our fears, but being cautious as we might be safe and not sorry. This was not going to be the end of the story. The gods have smiled upon us because it is the hour that they used us and their powers to guide us to a parking lot, this place that was called Narnia. What a fitting name for this place as you come one way and leave another. There are no cars in the parking lot, so we didn't stop till we reached civilization. We need not see our unbecoming, but to return to reality and not a horror adventure with notes of depravity. There is a crescent moon high up in the dark blue sky. You see, a crescent moon has just enough light to make sense. With all its darkness that fills the rest of the moon, you don't really know why. Must be the witching hour. I think to myself, thank God for getting us out of that eerie, strange encounter with an entity that may not even reside in this dimension. We hear the hustle of the cars and TVs playing as we trod down St. Louis Heights. We made it back to the city. Physicists talk about how wormholes can open when two negative forces can come close together to break the fabric of space-time. Could our melanin and the fact that we took acid rip a hole in the fabric of space-time and our reality and manifest a being, a sound, an entity in our midst? Could it be we were just tripping hard and the baby's cry was coming from someone camped on the side of the mountain? I can't say, I really can't, and that situation has haunted me till this day. I pray for clarity as I give my charity to those who want to hear this story and have more strings attached to the marionette that we play in God's glory. It is interesting. You never really know when you're ready for this, and when you're ready for this, you never really know. Thank you.
Dang, bro. I'm just making some notes. Shit, I heard that one before.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I remember the baby crying. I remember this one is amazing, but that was the one that I loved though because it's so complex. There's so many different mini stories in each. There's one part about the two flowers that blend, and that leads into a whole story, kind of super trippy. It's super imaginative that you go through. And so I love that one. What's that one called?
Tear Dripping.
Tear Dripping. That's what I wanted to write down. All right, Tear Dripping. That one is fire. That one could be a whole thing on its own.
Yeah.
Boom. Tear Dripping?
Actually, it says Tear Dripping on here.
I like crying baby. Because that's the one thing that's all the way through the story is that crying baby keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Talk to the fisherman.
On my website, on StarLight Literature, it's actually Cries from a High Dimension.
Okay. That's nice. I like that one.
Yeah.
Cries from a higher dimension?
From a higher dimension, yeah.
From a higher dimension. That's cool.
Thank you.
That's super cool. That one could be a thing on its own. Have you ever watched... Do you know... you might think it's nothing to do, but do you know Dungeons and Dragons?
There's this girl that I talked to, that plays Dungeons and Dragons. She's like really, she's super interesting. Like she works the lo'i, right? Like Hawaiian. She's like Hawaiian cultivation and whatnot.
Okay.
And she goes to school at UH, and she's really into Hawaiian culture. But like she's also really into like League of Legends, Dungeons and Dragons, Magic.
Okay.
Yeah. But I always told her, I was like, I like playing. Let me know.
You should do it. Yeah. I started doing it. It's insane. But what I mean about that is that I have my best friend is he's like a dungeon master, and so he hosts his games. So he got me into it, but he's been pushing me for like years to try to get into it.
Yeah.
And I finally got into it, and now I'm even watching like live streams of these guys for like 4 hours. But what I'm going with that is that their ambience and the sonics that go behind their storytelling kind of moments is epic.
Yeah.
And so that you can have that kind of that whole poem that you did right there is this whole kind of like movie. So you can definitely make just like the background vibe throughout the whole thing, which is cool. And I think you should. I'm gonna send you a link to one of them so you can just kind of listen and hear, because they're like professional voice actors.
Right.
These like big streams. So it's people like most of the animes, they're the voice actors are there. So it really, when you listen to it, it really feels like a whole movie, because they're actually really good, different accents, all that shit, and the music behind it is always dope.
That's super cool.
So I'll send you that. But can you spell me the link to the website that you have?
It's StarLight Literature. Exactly how it is spelled and sounds.
Literature.com?
Yeah.
Awesome. Keep that one nice and tight. Do you have an email assigned to it or no?
Yeah, it's xShemaurosbyx@gmail.com.
You don't have a StarLightLiterature.com email? Starlight Literature?
It was more money, and I was like, nah, just my regular email.
Damn, that makes it look so good. Alright, cool, perfect. Starlight Literature. And this one is on there, you said?
Yeah, that one's on there.
Okay.
I have a bunch of like real random kind of, well, not really random, but like a bunch of real interesting stories like that.
Yeah.
On there, a lot of my older ones, like from like 2020, 2021, 2021. One of those.
This is record. Yeah, Starlight Literature. The website looks crazy. I love that picture of you with all the Hawaiian flags there. This is dope, man.
And then you can go to the
goals in the roots, money trees. Fuck, this is super cool.
Yeah.
5 spoken word ciphers that didn't.
You can hit blog on the top and it'll take you to everything, but that's just like the first last 3.
Yeah, but I want to go through this website how it would go to any other website, like how a fan would go through it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just want to see if the flow's cool, and so far the flow is super easy. So I was interested in this blog article, it took me straight to it. I had a little hard time clicking on the link. That's it. So I thought it wasn't clickable at one point. So it's good to say like read here or something. Beam, fuck, this is insane.
Yeah.
Dude, and if you could do like the audio versions of all of these. Do you have a setup at home so you can record your own stuff? Like a mic? Because you got this laptop is pretty good.
Yeah.
And all you need is a little mic stand like that, not even. You can get set up for like less than $200, $300.
Okay.
You can get yourself set up. And then you just record all these, make an audio version of that already just talking.
Yeah.
And because that'll get you'll get better and better when you're able to like really listen to yourself every single time, and you'll just be able to really tell. Because already you get me into it when you talk, so you have that storytelling thing, but sometimes you go fast. And maybe it's because I'm French and so I'm having a hard time to like catch it.
Right.
But if you were to go like a little bit slower, maybe like the music in the background will make it slower too. So you need to record at your place. If you could record at your place, you can just boom, knock them out. Yeah. And I can set up like a template so that you don't even need to do the effects or mixing or anything. It's already ready to go based on like how you're recording at your studio. But yeah, you gotta put in like maybe 200, because all you need is a mic, which is like $150 on Amazon. You need a mic stand like this, which is another like maybe $100. You don't need a big one like that, but that's maybe like $50 because it comes with the pop filter and it echoes out everything, so you don't have anything. So that's super important for your vocal. And so that's maybe like $200 right there, and then an audio interface for your computer, which you can get one for like $100. So $300 total, and you're good. And then you're set.
Yeah, I have a mic, but it's like a camera mic. like a rod.
That's good too. Just that, like what I got right there, that
Yeah.
works great, man. Just this is like some kind of camera mic, it's a field recorder, but it works great to capture the ambiance and the whole thing with it. So just that is fine too, because then you can upload.
Yeah.
But if you want to start playing around with adding music or sound effects in the background, that's the best.
Okay.
If you want to like get into it, but that's true. You could just buy something like that. And this one was like 300.
Oh.
And then if you have a camera like that with one of those types of mics on it, that's good. As long as you get the placement right where you want to go. But you gotta record. Do you record yourself a lot or no?
No.
No?
No.
Never.
No.
So how do you? What I mean, record. I also mean video.
Yeah.
Do you videotape yourself?
So Olivia used to record for me when she was here, and Ali records for me sometimes.
But you gotta record for yourself, man.
Yeah.
You gotta record this one. You gotta record for me if you can.
Yeah.
Even if it's like an audio note on your phone.
Right.
Do you do those at least? Voice
No.
memos? No voice memos ever.
No.
Dang.
But I should probably get on that.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Cause then you can just send me a bunch of your demos, a bunch of your ideas, and that's already you're gonna go like, wow. You can start freaking out, and those you can accompany those audios with these articles, just reading them out. That's super cool. Cause that will build your SoundCloud, and then you can have the SoundCloud, and this is dope ass artwork, bro.
Right.
Insane, that picture. The whole main website is fucking dope.
Thank you.
I just checked out one article with the homepage. I'm assuming I can click on the logo and go back. Yes, that looks super cool. It looks like a museum. And then it's really local. It feels like oh man, this is like a intellectual thing. And then these look good. At first I thought they were like SoundCloud links. I thought they were play buttons and stuff. But you can have the SoundCloud link at the bottom,
Yeah.
And then just click on that one is what I checked. It was really cool, which I wanted to go back to the main screen actually and keep going down the list. So I checked that, I liked it. And now, where's your Instagram and all that? So now I would go to...
I don't think I have my Instagram on there.
Bro! You just have home and blog?
Yeah.
Okay. You gotta add in now that you gotta add in the Instagram. Or like the about section. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I should definitely add an about section.
Yeah, because now I'm stuck. But actually, that's actually I might be wrong because you're getting a lot of views on everything.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the way to do it. Because if the only place I can come and see this, that's a dope ass picture. You took that one?
I took all the pictures on there.
Yes, I love that. That's what I love about you because it's all about this is the art, man. We can all do these crazy shit. This is a dope ass picture too. This is super cool.
Yeah.
Now, is that completely separate to your poetry?
Mostly. So everything, the only thing on there that I've read at open mic was Cries from a High Dimension.
Okay.
Everything else is just what I've been writing.
Like these ciphers have to be recorded as like a project. It has to be like an official cipher that you can listen to on Spotify.
Yeah.
And just you talking or audio, or just you on the beach, or whatever kind of like background noise to get you in the state of mind of the situations that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like the state of mind of when you were talking about the flowers. It was a very like joyful kind of thing. So if you add that kind of like dimension behind it, wow, it's insane. And slow down the speed so that each track is kind of like a section of the story. I'm talking about just specifically that one poem that you just read, but the whole ones that you do at the open mics, that's one tape that you gotta put out, like a cool VHS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Imagine if you can go to open mic, get a VHS, and that's the cipher, and you put it out.
Yeah.
Take it to do it. That's what I liked watching. Plus, you got the whole fucking style and shit.
Yeah.
So it could be the whole like, the whole fucking. Here's my wardrobe too. It could be a cool thing.
Yeah.
Cool thing, bro. That's what you gotta start recording. What do you have? Do you have GarageBand on there?
No, I don't have any.
GarageBand should be pre-installed on like.
I think it is.
But maybe you kicked it out if you needed more space. Fuck, these pictures are dope too. And so yeah, because you do also nighttime photography.
Right.
I mean, you know what I think? I think StarLight Literature is your brand. StarLight Literature is your business. StarLight Literature is your like whatever you want to do. You can do whatever you want. You can do under StarLight Literature.
Definitely.
You can do poetry albums. You can do Starlight pictures. The nighttime skies.
Right.
That's cool, man. That's set up. That's ready to go.
Right.
Not a lot of people have that shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. When I was in college, my professor had said that one thing that we need to know how to do in today's digital world is make our own website, whether we wanted to. My English professor, he said we need to learn how to make websites in case we wanted to sell product or write articles, or like, you know, just whatever you want to do in life. Just make sure you know how to make a website, and that's how kind of StarLight Literature was incepted. I had this other website a while ago. I don't even remember the name. I don't even remember what it was about.
Okay. 'Cause that doesn't feel like a first-time website, bro. That's like you've done several websites and
Yeah.
you know what you're doing.
I had another website before that, but I have no idea what I don't even remember the name, to be honest.
That's the thing.
But
This one is cool. This one's really fucking cool. It's ready to go. That's dope. And so they sign up to a mailing list?
yeah,
what
you
happens to the people that... Because here I don't have any options besides home or blog.
Is there a way to subscribe? Is there a subscribe
There was
button?
a sign in once I clicked on... There's your email down there. Here there's login, sign up. So if that's
Sign up,
only,
yeah. So like sign up, we'll sign up to like the mailing list, and you get a notification whenever a new story drops.
You gotta have that on the homepage.
Ah,
Put that on the homepage.
Right.
If you can. I don't know if it's just the blog feature that allows you to do that. What do you use? Wix?
Yeah,
Squarespace? Wix? Wix gang?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Let's go. Do I have to sign? Okay. So log in with my email, sign up in Google. I'm going through the process. Info at EP Beats. And then we gotta go through the process on the phone. Because I think everyone reads this mostly on the phone. Do you have the analytics for that?
yeah, I do.
Do they read it more on the phone or do they read it more on the laptop?
I've done it on both.
They're 50-50 or is like 70-30?
Oh, like who was this?
Where,
on the
yeah,
phone?
where do they... I think
Oh,
Wix
I
gives you
haven't-
that kind of stat, but...
I haven't checked that yet.
Okay.
I've just said like how many people have read.
Okay, because this is cool, man. And you said also you took a break for like a year.
Yeah.
And this one was posted when? November 12th? Fucking fire. That's really cool. Alright, I'm logged in. So, that's it?
Yeah.
Yes. Nothing else? Do I receive an email? Let me check. Because that's when you... Because you got to take me down the spiral, man. Because afterwards, 2 days later, I forgot about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Instagram is so fucking full of shit. But now I'm locked in and I'll go through all your shit. So if you have your YouTube channel or something,
Yeah, I should probably put my YouTube on there.
you should put everything on your website. And if it's the website that you're promoting, like the website that if you meet people and you
Yeah.
say, hey, check me out on Instagram, and you
Yeah.
give everyone your Instagram, then your Instagram needs to be pimped out so that it takes me to that loop.
Yeah.
If you're sending everyone to your website, just check me out on some more, like StarLight Literature is super easy to remember.
Yeah.
StarLightLiterature.com. Check me out there.
Right.
And that you have to have loaded up with all your about section, and so I can go down the loop and never stop. That's the kind of shit like, that's the cool shit between like music and any kind of art form. If you want to make money and monetize from it, it's not like selling CDs in the back of like your pickup truck. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's like you're monetizing shit that you want to do. You're not forcing anyone to buy anything or nothing.
Right.
And that kind of stuff, unfortunately, is like 80% of the job. Is like thinking about that kind of stuff. Because the slightest tweak, for example, if you put the login on your homepage, imagine how many more people would log in.
That's true.
And you'll be like, oh shit, that was just a tiny switch. So you got to start looking into that. Oh, they're only reading on their phone? Okay, cool. So let me just edit the website only on the phone version of Wix. And then whatever the big one is, I don't really care. But the phone version's got to be top notch.
Right.
And then the Instagram link, you got to check all that kind of stuff. And then with that, with the email list, every time you get a new article, you send out the blog, you send out the email, then whenever it's like, you got to get into that chain. I'm getting back into it. I used to be in there in like 2020, and I was making good money with music. And then life kind of happens, and I kind of dropped out, and I wasn't able to be as consistent as like I used to, and like as like administration kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But now that I'm getting back into it, I do see the difference if you do it or if you don't do it. If you do it, I was making a full-time living with music. Like that full-time living, I mean like $2,000 a month.
Right. That's
It's
good.
pretty damn good.
Yeah, that's good.
And then don't do it, everything goes down.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything goes down, and so it's more like fuck. But because then you can have a whole automated email set up. I log in, I get an email from you.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, thanks for logging in. This is me, blah, blah. By the way, I do also YouTube videos. If
Right.
you want to check it out here,
That's smart.
boom, take you there if I want to keep going. And then you can automate your emails, and it's crazy. So you just take the dude on the journey for like a whole week.
Yeah.
You know, I have this, I tried this out of like this artist development course. So
Yeah.
it was like, if you sign up to my website, you're going to get a 7-day email, one every day, with like a a YouTube video that I did, like an unlisted thing on how to set your business up as like a music artist. So logging into BMI, all that kind of shit, the royalties, all that blah blah blah. And it was already pre-written, pre-made, recorded, and every time someone logged in would go into that. That got me so many more opportunities, and it just helped out so much more people than answering them on Instagram. Because now I have the courses off, and now I have the Instagram, so it's like everyone's asking me the same questions. So instead of, you know, taking the time to answer the same questions, just go through the...
Send them the video.
Yeah, send them the video, and then it's done, and it gets... And that's how... So it's cool. So you gotta be everywhere and do all that kind of shit.
Right. And I'm definitely get to that tomorrow. Maybe even tonight.
The StarLight Literature, this is fire. And yeah, and have at the bottom on Wix, you can really... It's really easy to do. You should have like the socials.
Yeah.
At the bottoms that appear. But you only have your email there. So put the socials. But put the socials to StarLight Literature. And also what you can think about that is, since you're thinking about branching out and having different authors, StarLight Literature could be kind of like a label kind of thing. So the Instagram has to be of StarLight Literature.
Yeah, I have a StarLight Literature Instagram.
Nice.
Instagram.
Okay, cool, perfect. And then you have your artist page. So there you need to create a new thing with like your artist page where this is Shemaur, these are my articles, all that kind of shit. And then whoever you want to add on, you just add on to it.
Yeah.
That's cool. There's so many possibilities you can do with this thing. That's really good that you got that. Because it makes it so much more creative and you can have fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of stuck with... I'm going through that with the EDP Beats and the Just Eric. It's like EDP Beats is cool, but it's really... It's more of my like business and hip-hop and beats and all that kind of stuff. And Just Eric is more like the music and just chilling, artistry more. And it sucks that I feel like I can't really blend the two together. But I started a label, which is Our Altered State, which is kind of like your StarLight Literature thing. And so everything can kind of go under there, and it feels good. But I don't focus too much on that, when that's what you should be doing, focusing on this guy. Because that took me straight to, oh, shit, this is dope. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, this looks good, this looks pro, the pictures, the blogs. It's not like a one paragraph blog, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was expecting like a one paragraph blog, like super quick, and no, it's a fucking article, dude.
It's a wormhole.
It's insane. This is so fucking cool.
Thank you.
Because this can get into like, people do that as like newsletters. So I have friends who get like, I think there's a newsletter called The Morning Brew. And so every day at like a certain time they get this email, The Morning Brew, and so they're just, whenever they need to read something or whatever, you just read that and it gives them a good recap of like what's going on or whatever they're interested in, like the latest tech in AI or whatever. You can have that in your newsletters, you know what I mean? Like a regular like weekly thing that comes out, like it could be a paragraph, a fucking Twitter account, dude, and just quotes that you post like kind of every day. You know, there's so many cool things you can do. This is big shit. This picture is fire too. Nice. But yeah, there's no... I'm stuck down here. I'm like, what? There's nothing else? In the sense like socials or different things. That's cool, man. Because yeah, you gotta... Alright, I'm gonna stop the recording. Screen recording off. But yeah, do first step, record. Show me. You gotta show me the mic that you have for the camera.
Right.
Because then you can just start recording. Recording like the first article, the latest article that you did. Record it, and then go through Wix, and because you got engagement, man. There's people like engaging with your stuff, and I don't think you're not the type of guy to I hate the guys that just send me links all the time. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I got this, check this out, check this out, check this out, check this out. And then you never really did that. Yeah. And so, dude, you gotta do that. because it's cool, because the whole thing is set up. Usually people don't have it set up. And it's not like like me, I don't have it set up. So the emails, my newsletters are kind of random. Sometimes it's about business, sometimes it's like a fucking YouTube video jam on the beach, or sometimes it's like releasing a song or whatever. It doesn't have a good routine to it. This has a good routine and vibe to it. You know, every second Sunday the open mic, or it has a good like weekly vibe and weekly read. I gotta really read through them, but already I like what I'm seeing. Dope. Cause it's cool.
I want to read you what I read last open mic, the one that you weren't at.
Is this one on the website?
No.
Okay, read that one slower.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was practicing for this upcoming open mic, just in the bathroom, and I had to keep telling myself to read slower because I start slow, go really fast, start slow, really fast.
Yeah.
I had to slow it down so people can understand.
Yeah, and I noticed the breathing too that you did before.
Yeah.
You do like a deep breath before.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Do 3 of those.
Yeah, there's someone was talking like there was like this military exercise.
Yeah.
Where like before they have to do 4 deep breaths or something like that.
Yeah, they do. They do 1 long breath, kind of like smoking a cigarette. So I think that's why we were talking about cigarettes before. Yeah. That kind of gives you that little high. Is that you do 1 long breath, and then 1 extra one, and then you release. And that extra one that you do at the end gives you that extra boost of energy.
Right.
So it revitalizes like everything. It gets you in like a different state, and it chills you out.
All right. Do this slower. This is called Reggae Moonlight.
Reggae Moonlight?
Yeah.
Nice. I gotta record it there.
Okay. The sun has set. Pastel fills the sky as dreams of tropical sherbet encompasses the holy passage to the next world. I sit on this beach and look at the mountains, wondering if lizard people really found the fountains, wondering if we really dwell in the house of our fathers, wondering if O is really ascendance to power. I observed the Eva bird going on there through and through, flying by, coming up to us, right on cue. I knew the mo in mo'o alludes to something very old, and the o in mo'o is the exclamation of the elderness of po. Lizards addresses their messages that come through of Kiha, how a breath can be shared as a holy reference as we fully engulf ourselves in the sand that is godly, and the songs that are played in our head play as if the band was right here on this beach. I reach for her back and I rub it like I was warming up a peach pie with heat. I miss the days that haven't come yet. I wonder if God really placed bets on who would arise in time to climb up to the shores to refine a clay figure with rhymes. I count the sands of the sea and I see they're aligned perfectly with the shores, a perfect median to tell me more of what this speech entails. I tell you, we're reaching towards a time of the end of grails. Pails of water comes down from the clouds, brewing in the distance, but in this instance, we move not, for we're here for one thing, and then we see it, the night rainbow. It is said the night rainbow is stuff of legend, that only on a perfect moon with a perfect ua did the rain bless us up and down with the sounds of a kua that paw the ground. What a heavenly sound to hear as the rain loves its hardest to reach its earthly sister. How the love makes them beautiful, right enough for a suitor. The rainbow is beautiful, and the 3 people that are accompanying me on this beach reflect the beauty, and they detect the purity on a shore too close to impunity. We were mixing ava on the beach. I had just powed kneading the bag, and I began to pass out cups. The mat we were sitting on did good work on keeping the sands of this little band of culture I had brewing with us under the full mahina. We would Oli Hawaiian chants, sing old Hawaiian songs, and jam out to a lover's rock reggae tune while the sound we speak gets absorbed by the moon. Why do islanders love the reggae sound so much? Is it something to do with the romance and mysticism of an equalized keyboard mixed with the feelings of being under a tropical coconut tree in the moonlight? Is it the lonely palm tree full mahina landlocked on an island with nothing but us that inspires islanders worldwide to bump Rasta on an Ire night? We don't know what it is about reggae that makes the gecko sing, but I assure you in reggae you will find the elder kings. We were still waiting. The night rainbow is a sign that the times like these, we were making rhymes like these with the kinds like these, and we hear the wind likes trees, and we sneeze on the knees and say, bless you kindly please. Tell me more about how crisscross applesauce as I am with this company down this beach that we call heavenly. I say, oh comes in 3 more times with the company I'm with. Oh. And then the clouds break for us to take it all in, to breathe in the salty kukui nut air. The wind plays with her hair in a saline style, and how the Tub of words is rub-a-dubbing from the ocean, it's dog piling. The moonshine that is drunk is smiling, and the conversation goes deep, and we're 1,000 miles in, and we're literally drinking moonshine with our minds, reflected light off of an insatiable moon that always needs to show off when she's not clothed with the Stratus tune. Like a projector, a being from the moon shines down in front of us on this beach. Their moonshine was just in reach. He looked old but young, as if he had maintained his youth well into the thousands. He spoke. Pe oe mo'opuna. My ka'i, I say. I have been sent here to send you there. Are you ready? He asked. Yes, I am ready, I reply. Are you worthy? Yes, I am. Good. Your love and mine has conspired together to ensure the closure and sanctity of this family held so close and precious to the heavens. Do not fret, for good things take time. Rather rejoice in the fact that God gave you more time. Rejoice in the fact that Akua gave you enough time. May I have a cup? He says. Yes, of course, Kapunakane. I pour a cup of ava gently. I pass him the cup and he drinks it all in one gulp, emptying the chalice clean, not letting us know what happened to something physical with a being that was obviously omnipresent. Grace and majesty my ancestor was, refracting himself from the night rainbow. Your family is beautiful. Keep them close. You will see me again on a night such as this, at a time you will not know. Aloha mo'opuna, you have done well. He began to fade as the clouds cover the moonlight and the storm takes over the sky. Thunder can be heard in the distance, and in this instance we had no interest in leaving the presence of the beach's redress. Aloha ia oe kapunakane, I say quietly, and just like that he was gone. The ua begins to pour down and fill the kanoa with water, overflowing its bowl. It's cold here and the ladies were shedding tears, but I tell them do not fear, for he is with us throughout all the years. After all the waiting this world has done for its end, a savior, a solution, we only get mere shimmers and reflections of a shadow of an increasingly large diamond of an answer that jewels itself into our lives to give us hope of the sweetness of it, to then move, shuffling the light to other objects before after so long it is obtained. Once we trade the very thing in this world that is precious, life itself, we fully understand why we play reggae in the moonlight. I pour one more cup of ava for each of the four of us. We raise them to the sky and say, Ola. Ola means life in Hawaiian.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah!
That's a good one too. And there's some phases where like the fears and the years, you got like some bars.
Yeah.
It's fucking hip hop. Shit, that one's cool. What was that one called?
Reggae Moonlight.
Reggae Moonlight?
Yeah.
Ooh, I hate that thing. Reggae Moonlight. I never know how to fucking spell reggae, bro.
R-E-G-G.
R-E-G, wait,
I have it right here. I don't know how to...
R-E-G-G-A-E?
R-E-G-G-A-E, yeah.
Oh, nice, okay. Reggae Moonlight. I love how everything is star related, bro. This is really cool. And what is the writing process? How do you write these?
I really just go. When I write articles like journalism, I set up like a, like beginning, middle, and end.
Mm-hmm.
The whole deal with writing.
But is it like in one, do you do it in one sitting? Do you sit down, or does something hit you and you start writing down little ideas? And then at one point you have like a collection and then you try to put them all together?
No, it's like I have the idea and I start writing it, and then I just, every night I'll go back to it and I'll just keep adding on to it until it's finished.
Do you like recite it to yourself, or is it all like in your head? You write it out.
I'm writing it out.
So you don't like kind of like rap to it or whatever. I'm looking at it from like a songwriter's perspective, because I've never like written poetry, so I'm trying to like figure it out.
Yeah.
And see how.
It really is about just me flowing into my head. Like the bars will come to me in my head and I'll write it down and I'll write it down and I'll write it down. But sometimes like I have this one piece where like I kind of like put a little bit of a flow into it, like it'll be like a da 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 da. But mostly it's really just me flowing in my head and writing down what's flowing in my head, and then I'll go back and edit and revise it and whatnot.
Fuck, that's fucking fire. Cause that you can do. I mean, have you ever thought about like, what I think would be cool would be like whenever you get down into your writing phase, you get that idea and you pull out your laptop and you write. Cause you always write on your laptop, right?
Or my phone. Either or.
Or your phone.
Yeah.
Okay, you do it on your phone too. Would be to turn on the webcam and the screen recording so you can only see like the Word document or whatever you use, and then no sound, no nothing besides like if you can get like the keyboard sounds whenever you type. That would be cool. I think I would love to see that.
Yeah.
See that process. And see how it looks, because that could be something interesting to. Because that's something that's interesting to showcase, and that's something that's gonna like kind of help you like monetize the thing.
Definitely.
Because that's fucking cool, and people fucking, what is the ASMR thing? Like people just listen to like packages being opened and stuff like that. A dude just typing, and then you just have like the Word text document. You know, I'm working or whatever. Just have that rolling in the background, super soothing, and then I can kind of come back and read what you've been doing. You know what I mean? And it's a cool, could be a cool concept.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna write that down.
Could be a cool concept. Yeah, I wrote it down too. Because it's pretty easy to do. Zoom now can screen record really easily.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can link, I believe, you can link a Zoom account to like YouTube or whatever. If you want to stream on YouTube or if you want to stream on Twitch.
I've seen that.
Yeah. And then keep them and then you start posting those. Like the best moments. Do you have those moments where like, ooh, bars?
Yeah.
You're like, oh.
Yeah,
and you just write them out?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's insane. Okay, those moments you keep. But to make it cool is you gotta have a mic like this, like we said, just recording at the same time so you can hear like all the keys and shit.
Yeah.
That's really cool. You gotta have that good sound though. That would be cool. That's easy to set up. That's something you can get like next week. And I do want to do like each article that you have on StarLight Literature.
Right.
Oh, very hard to say, man. For a French guy, StarLight Literature. Wow, that's a tongue twister,
Yeah.
huh? StarLight
I've heard
Literature.
that. I've heard people have said that before.
Dang. You gotta really enunciate StarLight Literature. Fuck. I want to do the first one, the one that you teardrops, was it? Tear dripping.
Tear dripping or Cries from a Higher Dimension.
Yes, Cries from a Higher Dimension.
Yeah.
Exactly. That one on one. So I want you to like practice recording on your phone or whatever mic that you have. Send me a picture of it and get back and
definitely.
just record a bunch of those audios of it, and then we gotta lock in and have it like a sit down
Definitely.
to record the whole audio.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would be better if I'm there and we can like record line by line and like try to get it like find a cool like compromise, or the best way would be for you to do it at your place and just send me them.
Mm-hmm.
You might have to like redo them like a bunch of times, but I think it would be like great practice, because then if you can just knock them out recording, just send them over to me, throw it out like an hour, it's done. Because I don't have any mixing or anything to do. You know, we kind of find like a way to do it.
Yeah.
And because that would be really good already. And I think the idea of just that's one for the audio for like Spotify. I'm thinking about Spotify for the website to accompany it, which is really cool. The extra stuff is how people are gonna discover you. Like, I'll discover you from one of your Instagram posts where you're like, you have the journal written or the live stream or whatever, and then I'll go to the Spotify or I'll go to the website, and then it's the other stuff. So that's another topic that you gotta do too, because that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Shit. Yeah, we gotta try locking the date. I'm selling the van, so I don't know if I'll have the van by the end of the year, or if I'm gonna have my own place.
Yeah.
So once I got my own place, what sucks is that we can't record here because there's this horrible buzz in the mic. I don't know why. I can't get rid of it. Like electrical hum, you know?
Yeah, I hear it.
Mixing just sounds like shit. And I'm selling the van. So once I'm settled in, start working on that, because that would be cool.
Yeah. I know some Hawaiian beats too. Yeah. I don't know if you would ever use it, but like there's some like
That's what you built that one, you said, right?
Yeah.
You made it yourself?
Yeah. So
did you carve the wood?
Yeah. Everything was done. by me. So I guess I'll tell this story now.
That's right. Are you sure you don't want any of this? Bro?
Yeah, bro. All you. I promise.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, enjoy. Yeah. So one of my classmates, someone I went to school with, had posted. He's really tenured in Hawaiian, in Hawaiian culture and in Hawaiian cultural practices. Like he's kind of like a, I guess you would call it a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like he, like at all the events that they have at like the Capitol or wherever. He's one of the guys that like lead Oli, which is the chants, or would be on the Pahu doing the beats, or just kind of organizing and really being a part of this movement or this revitalization of Hawaiian culture.
Yeah.
But he had posted, if anybody's interested in making Pahu, let me know. And I responded back to it. I was like, hey, bro, like I'm down. Like, let me know. So we had a Zoom meeting with me and a couple of other people, and we met up at his house in Wahiawa. So, yeah, the drive to Wahiawa in and of itself was the whole thing, because from town to Wahiawa was kind of far.
Yeah. It's a nice drive, though.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, on StarLight Literature, I wrote a story. It's pretty long. It's pretty lengthy. It's maybe about like an hour long read. But I basically reported on everything to do with making Pahu. So I wrote how I was feeling that day. It was like a journalistic entry. It's called Immersion in the Craft of Pahu. So it was really like about me, like going through like what happened when I went there. What did people say? It was basically a report, basically, on me making Pahu. But anyways, it was about a month-long endeavor.
A month long?
Yeah, well, we only meet every Saturday.
Oh, okay.
We meet every Saturday at, I think, like 8, and we go till like 2 or 4.
Okay.
Just and then I'd work every day on it, just on my balcony, or I'd take it to the beach and I work on it. I'm just carving it out.
But where do you get the wood? Is it like a big piece of wood?
Yeah, so this is a new or coconut. This is a coconut stump.
Fuck.
And the wood came from Hinano knows a guy that which is the guy that taught me how to make Pahu. He knows a guy that but he cuts trees. So anytime there's like a new he cuts a new tree, be like, hey, I got this stump, come pick it up.
That is insane.
Yeah. So we had to figure out the design. This design is called the kukulu.
Okay.
Which basically means like pillars.
Okay.
And I like to think of it as like doorways. Like to where like I guess you would say spirits or entities can enter in, come out of, come through. This Pahu's name is Hiapo Ikapu, which means the first sound, because this is my first instrument that I made.
Dang! Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is cowhide. I believe this cowhide is from a Native American like farm or whatever. Like so he's in contact with like Native Americans in America, and like they do like they sell like goat skin, cowhide. So that's where this came from. This is cowhide, and this string is from the military actually. This is like a military grade string that the military uses.
And do you have to tighten it? How long have you had this?
About a year. So this happened last year.
Can I look underneath?
Yeah, last year in June.
Oh shit! This is so handmade, man. This is crazy. It's almost like I can see the dirt. Almost, it's insane. Wow, this feels so alive. Fuck, that's so cool. So